I always think one of the most satisfying things in life is fixing or improving some part of your life for next to zero cost. And so that's what this video is about, a dozen or so extremely cheap fixes or mods that just make owning and riding a motorcycle that little bit easier. Some of them may well seem obvious, but I'm throwing them all in here in the hope that at least a few of them have never occurred to you before and perhaps make you want to give them a try. And apologies if the sound is a bit different today. I'm recording this in my garage so I can show you each and every hack on the bikes quickly and easily. Let's kick off with these extensions that I made for the factory handguards on my ADV 350 to mimic the standard black extensions I got with the Barkbusters on my Tiger. Now, I tried to source a pair online because I knew they were available for the ADV 750, but I couldn't find any. So I took an old plastic storage box and cut out two flaps, sanded down the rough edges and bent them into shape with a heat gun, stuck them on with some Velcro tape to minimize vibrations, and then ran a small black bolt through just to make sure they didn't fall off. I've had them on for 3 winters now and they're great. Cost literally pennies. Next, cable ties. You can never have too many cable ties. Here's one holding down the flap on the USB charger on my Tiger, and another two combined, one running through the other, so the axis is how I need it to hold the cable, and then you just push the connector through. If you want to be able to remove the thing you're holding, as in this case with the charging cable, just don't pull the tie fully tight and leave a hole big enough to push the head through. I've also used a transparent one here to hold the battery tender connector to the frame of the bike. Many countries, including Portugal where I live, require the bike's original documents to be kept on the vehicle. So I use these plastic envelopes to keep them protected under the seat. I haven't found the right shape for the Tiger yet though, so I just use a zip bag from the kitchen. Incidentally, I'm deliberately not putting any product links in the description as AliExpress and Amazon links change all the time, but if you are interested, I suggest you search on the keywords in these screenshots. This is an old one that I've been recommending on the channel for years. Grip Puppies. They make the grips softer and wider, which suits my large hands, and they also reduce vibration. Now, some might say they don't look very nice, and that's a fair criticism, but you're definitely glad of them once you're riding, and when I test bikes that don't have them, the factory grips always feel very thin and hard. One piece of advice though, pay for the proper Grip Puppies. They're expensive for what's basically 2 tubes of foam rubber, but they are good quality and they will last. These have been on my scooter in all weathers for 30,000 kilometers and are still in perfect condition, if a little polished. I tried some cheap knockoffs once, but they disintegrated within 3 or 4 months. How about a sliding tank bag? If your bike manufacturer positioned the ignition barrel ahead of the bars where it should go, you probably won't need this, but Triumph thought it would be a good idea to place it rider side of the bars on my Tiger 900. I need a fairly large bag to keep all my camera gear in. This is a Pro City from SW Motec, meaning that I can't easily access the key. Solution? Tighten the screws about 2/3 of the way, securing them with some Loctite so that they don't fall out, and now the bag can be slid back and forth on its mount. I also sometimes like to use a tail bag for some extra storage on longer rides, but there's no cheap solution for mounting a tank ring on the rear rack, so I made my own out of a thin sheet of metal, cut out the shape of the magnetic bag and painted matte black. I then made this gasket out of an old gym mat to avoid scratching the bike and reduce vibrations, and just bolted it into the existing holes. Protect your valuable paintwork for free almost. The proper 3M Scotch Guard is quite expensive, so hang on to any you sometimes get included when you buy luggage or such like, or just buy a roll of the cheap stuff which is almost as resistant and much easier to apply as it's thinner. My scooter is a step over rather than a step through, which means it's very easy to scuff the bodywork as you throw your leg over. So as soon as I got the bike, I made a template from an A4 piece of paper, cut out a few strips of film and stuck them on, and they've been there ever since, protecting the paint. I've also put a small square under the tank bag on my Tiger to stop it rubbing. No need for expensive, ugly tank protectors. Make your own invisible one. Now the crashy ride on the scooter. This cushion has dramatically improved the ride quality on my Honda ADV 350 and provided some extra height, which is great for me at 1m87 or 6'2". Now I know what you're thinking, those cushions have been around for years, we all know about them, and the only reason I don't have one is because they look absolutely terrible. And I agree, I certainly wouldn't put one on a Ducati, but on a workhorse scooter I don't mind. Anyway, the reason I'm including it is because of this tweak I made. See, on its own I was never really that convinced. The cushion is quite firm and doesn't really cushion much. Then I had a brainwave and added this piece of honeycomb gel that I scavenged from the inside of an old seat cover. It completely transformed the experience. It's now much more comfortable. If you want to give it a go, try and source some single-sided gel so that you can glue it to the underside of the cushion with some of this carpet glue used in van conversions. It just stops the whole thing sliding around too much. Cloth tape, I'm not sure if there's a more technical term, harness tape perhaps, but it's ideal when you need to protect a less visible part of the bike. I used some here to protect the handlebars when I fitted the Barkbuster handguards on my Tiger. It's soft but super strong and won't degrade like ordinary electrical tape tends to. You only ever use tiny bits, so a small roll lasts for years. On the subject of sticking things, a supply of Velcro is also very handy to have around the garage. 2 self-adhesive squares to hold this garage door opener firmly onto my dash, so I can open the gate to our condominium from 100 meters away without having to stop. Or this strap that I use to fasten my GoPro remote to the mirror. I would normally cable tie it, of course, but I use the remote on multiple different bikes when I'm out testing, so Velcro is the next best thing. Oh, and I know the Tiger has a GoPro control somewhere in the Bluetooth menu, but I've never managed to get it to work, and having big analog buttons on the mirror stalk is just so much easier anyway. And of course, I can swap it from bike to bike when I'm filming. 3 ideas for your helmet next. First, these Z-locks that I reviewed fully a couple of weeks ago. Available with a key or a combination lock. I prefer the latter as it's also tougher and means there's one less key to worry about. I keep one in my tank bag and use it to attach my helmet to the bike when I stop for a coffee or go in and pay for petrol, for example. They literally take seconds to put on and take off. Check out my review if you're interested, as there's a way of getting one for free in the description of that video. Second helmet gadget, these innocuous looking pads. Didn't know I needed one until it popped up one day on my AliExpress feed. I originally bought one because the liner on my old Shoei open face helmet was falling apart, but they're so nice that I ordered a second one for my new Neotec modular. Comfortable, and you can take them out very easily to wash. And finally, for the helmet gadgets, how about a donut? Extremely useful when you're replacing a visor or cleaning your helmet and you need a good way to hold it steady. I also use one to hold my helmet upside down after a ride to air the interior for a few hours. And finally, these silicone key protector cover things, especially useful for the keyless smart key fobs that many bikes and cars come with these days. They're available in different colours so you don't pick up the wrong key. They keep the fob looking brand new, which is great when it comes time to sell, and I also find they make them easier to hold in a sort of grip puppy kind of way. Available on AliExpress, I try and pick 1 or 2 up for all my vehicles. Well, a dozen or so things you probably didn't know you needed, but will now keep you busy researching for a few hours. I've chosen not to include the links in the description this time, as I explained, because most of the stuff I've shown comes from either Amazon or AliExpress, and they are both notorious for invalid links after a few weeks. So the best thing, if you're interested, is to search on a keyword. Please share any other super cheap hacks you've picked up in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.